I want to talk about leashes real quick, and some that are horrible that you should never use. This would be an example of a leash that you should never use. This is not a leash, it's a chain. See how heavy it is? What happens is it puts pressure on the collar and it drives your dog forward. You don't want that. This is terrible. It also, it's impossible to hold. I see people with chains in this neighborhood. It's kind of a ghetto thing. And what they do is they wear gloves because it hurts your hand, right? You can't hold it properly. So never use a chain. This is an indication you're having problems with your dog. And this thing, these bones, don't have this on your leash. This throws your weight off. You can't give a correction properly. Get these things off. Do not use these. Horrible. This is from a client. I took it away and I said you can't have it. This is what I use for a boat anchor, and it should never be used for with a dog. This is a Flexi Lead, and the problem, this goes 26 feet, and it's great for my kayak for a boat anchor. It's fantastic, but as a dog leash, absolutely not. This is lack of control at its finest. Look at how you have to hold it like a saw. 26 feet. You got the dog out in front of you. You want the dog beside you at heel. Here's a leash, and this isn't necessarily bad. This would be something that you would use with a puppy. It's very light. You know, the puppy can drag it. But as a rule, you would never want to use like a nylon-type webbing leash with an older dog. That's kind of a no-no. But with a puppy, this actually isn't too bad. What you want, as far as a leash goes, everybody should have this, and this is a 6-foot leather leash. This is what you need. This is the all-purpose leash. You know, it's good for walking, training. It's awesome. It's the best leash that you could have. Look at your leash, by the way. If your leash has knots in it, you're having problems. You need to call a professional. So look at that. Every time I go and talk to somebody and meet somebody that's having problems with their dog and they have knots in their leash, you know, they're trying to strong-arm the dog. You can't strong-arm the dog. You need to learn proper leash technique from a professional. And while we're on that, while we're talking about the 6-foot leather lead, just as a hint, this is not for your wrist, ever. You never put your wrist in this. This is for your thumb. Your thumb goes in this, and then that way you can lock it, right? You can pull up lead, and you can lock it again. That's how you do it. Get yourself a 6-foot leather lead and look for a video. I have a video on actually how to hold this 6-foot leather lead, and it's very important that you learn how to do that and learn the proper way to hold a leash. Your leash is your #1 tool for, you know, getting your dog in control. This is it. This is it. You got to use the leash.